Hello everybody, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Welcome to Spanish 590 and Spanish 690 Advanced Spanish Grammar. I'm your instructor, Dr. Jason Jolly, for those who don't know me, and this video is going to be an overview or introduction to the course. Let's get started. Overview of this video lesson, we're going to start with the course description. I'm going to talk about grammatical competence. We'll look at the learning objectives and guiding questions I've designed for this course, talk about the textbook and some other resources. We'll look at the assignments that you're going to complete and talk about how your grade will be calculated. And I'll show you the Blackboard site and talk about how we're going to communicate with each other in this 100% online course. I'm going to give you some tips about how to succeed, how to not fail, and finally I'll talk about what you need to do right away, next steps to get started. Alright, so really quick course description. This is in the syllabus. In Spanish 590 and 690, students improve their mastery of complex grammatical features in Spanish through instruction, analysis, and practice. In addition, the graduate students are going to explore theories pertaining to the acquisition of language structures and related approaches to teaching grammar to second language learners. So that's what the course is about. Now, you might hear that we're going to refer to this concept of grammatical competence, right? So what does it mean to be competent in grammar? Well, the way I'm going to use it in this course, grammatical competence refers to knowledge about the grammar system, in this case the Spanish grammar system, its forms and structures, the intuitive sense of what structural combinations are possible. So native speakers have this intuitive sense of in what order and how you can form things and combine things so that they come out as well-formed sentences. It's the ability to use forms and structures with accuracy and fluency. It's also metalinguistic awareness, which means the ability to talk about grammar using the right terminology called metalanguage. So when I talk about nouns, adjectives, right? Word order, subject, verb, object, right? Verb conjugations, all those grammar terms, that's metalanguage. And finally, I think grammatical competence means being aware of your own strengths and weaknesses in these areas. Alright, so what are the learning objectives for the undergraduate students, those of you enrolled in Spanish 590? At the end of this course, if you've been paying attention, doing all the assignments and doing well, you're going to be able to define grammar and explain its role in communication. You're going to increase your understanding, of course, the Spanish grammar system, including that metalanguage, the ability to talk about language and grammar. You're also going to increase your awareness, your understanding of the forms and structures that you personally have the hardest time with. And you're going to improve your mastery of complex grammar structures in Spanish in general. And finally, hopefully you'll acquire an inventory of strategies and resources that will help you improve your control of challenging forms. Now, in addition to all those objectives, the graduate students in Spanish 690 have these two extra learning objectives, right? So they will understand and be able to articulate key theoretical and research-based aspects of the debates surrounding the effectiveness of instruction on grammar learning by L2 learners, and they're also going to, I'm sure, understand major developments in L2 grammar instruction and be able to identify and design activities characteristic of various approaches. Alright, so those learning objectives more or less correspond to these guiding questions. In other words, what are the questions that we're going to be exploring in this course? So, everyone is going to look at the following four questions, right? What's grammar and what role does it play in language and communication, right? What are the primary components of the Spanish grammar system? What forms are most challenging for advanced students to master, and even native speakers in some cases? And what are some effective ways to improve mastery of challenging forms? Right? So in addition to those questions, those guiding questions, the graduate students are going to look in more detail at some more theoretical questions like these, right? What do influential theories or models of acquisition and learning state or imply about grammar? Does instruction, this is an important one for all of us to think about, does instruction help learners develop language, including grammar forms? Do factors such as the type of instruction or the type of language task affect how we learn forms? Can explicit instruction ever generate implicit knowledge? Do learners benefit from developing metalinguistic awareness? What have been some of the major and most important developments in teaching L2 grammar? What are some effective techniques for teaching grammar in meaning-based approaches such as communicative language teaching and task-based teaching? And what are some advantages and disadvantages to techniques commonly used for teaching L2 grammar? So those are some of the guiding questions for our graduate students. All right, so the textbook, right? This is your textbook, right? And the course is really, especially one important assignment, right? Those practice activities are structured around this textbook. There's also, for the graduate students, a lot of readings on Blackboard. There's a graduate readings tab that they need to access and read those articles. And also there's an extensive list of other grammar-related resources in the syllabus. Let me see if I can bring that up really quick and show you where these this list of resources are, right? So right under the textbook here, there is a list of other resources. Some of them are referenced, other books, but there's also a lot of online kind of information about grammar, grammar practice, and the learning and instruction of grammar. Okay. All right, bear with me as I figure out how to toggle through the screens. So there's a lot of information in the syllabus, okay? And also you should spend some time exploring other resources on your own to increase your own grammatical competence, okay? All right, so information about all assignments is of course available in the syllabus, right? Now, assignments are going to be delivered and should be submitted through the Blackboard site using the Attach Files option. In other words, do not compose the assignments in Blackboard, use a Word document, and then attach that file, and do not email me your assignments through email, right? Now, this course is graded on a point system. Again, we can take a quick look at the syllabus here, and you can see what I'm talking about. Here is the information about each of the assignments separated: undergraduate students and graduate students. It's important to note that graduate students complete the same activities as the undergrads and a few additional activities, including a research paper. The grade calculation scale for both groups is here. You can see it's a straight point system, right? 90, 80, 70, 60, depending on the number of points that you attain or achieve, okay? All right. And, okay, so see syllabus for details. We just did that, okay? Of course, there's a Blackboard site, and the name is this first button is very important because you might see a couple different options. Make sure you're accessing the one that says Spanish 590, 690, and so far I've only set up 4 different folders. Let's take a quick look. For those of you who don't know, the university upgraded to a new cloud-based Blackboard. You have to use this ID to log in. This is the course I'm talking about, 590/690, and you can see those tabs over here. So we've got a syllabus tab. The assignments will all be here in order, theoretically. The videos that are going to be delivered will be in different folders here. Not all the content is up. And that graduate readings tab for the graduate students, each of these folders, here's some instructions, and each of these folders will have a number of readings. Okay? All right. Now, in terms of communicating, this course is going to be 100% online, although I may make some optional face-to-face meetings for support for students available. Read the syllabus. Read the entire syllabus that's on Blackboard. I don't send reminders about due dates, so you can't say, "Oh, Dr. Jolly, I didn't know that assignment was due this week." Yes, you did, because you read the entire syllabus, and I don't need to remind you. You're an adult, okay? Now, most communication in this online course is going to be via email, so use only your Missouri State account, no Gmail, no Yahoo, right? Check your email daily, at least daily, if not a couple times a day. Respond to messages about this class. I don't care about your other classes, right? You can blow those off. But this class, I want you to respond same day or next day. Like I said before, do not email me assignments. Upload them to that link, Attach Files on Blackboard. If you do need a face-to-face consultation, that can be arranged. Like I said, I might schedule some, right? We might come in and we can work together, or you can, I will send you my Skype information, or you can make an appointment and just email me if you'd like to come in to 223 Sisleff Hall and talk, okay? All right, so some tips about how to succeed or not to fail in this course. None of you are going to fail. You're all going to succeed. But it's important to point out this is an 8-week shortened intensive course. It doesn't mean less work. It means we take the same amount of work and we compress it into 8 weeks. So you need to make this class a priority for the next 8 weeks. If you're traveling, that's fine. Take your laptop with you, right? Take the textbook with you. You cannot take time off, okay? So Start fast, start right out of the gate on Monday of the first week, and stay on pace. Do not fall behind. Give yourself plenty of time for each assignment. The practice activities in the textbook will take you a couple or a few hours, not a couple, but a few hours every week to work through. Okay, in that assignment and all the other assignments, take them very seriously, do them thoughtfully. I'm grading most of these on a completion, kind of thoroughness, thoughtfulness, reflectiveness, effort basis versus right and wrong, so I can see immediately how much effort you put into an assignment. Okay, take them seriously. Plan on working, like I said, at least 2 to 3 hours per day on this course. Okay, you'll need to put in a good 10 to 15, maybe even 18 to 20 hours per week to keep up. Okay, having said that, it's doable, but you need to set that time aside. Do more than the bare minimum if you want to succeed. Invest in your own learning. There's only so much that the textbook or the instructor can teach you about grammar. Hopefully you're curious about it and you're going to go out and explore things and figure out where you're strong, where you're weak, what you can do about it. And then if you do begin to struggle or fall behind a little bit, notify me immediately if you start to struggle, and I'll try to help you out. Okay? So what do you need to do now? All right, hopefully you've already done Grammar Test 1. That is due Sunday before the first week of classes, so June 10th. You need to go onto Blackboard under the Assignments tab and start Grammar Test 1. Make sure you have a good hour and a great internet connection. Take the video quiz over this first video, the intro to the course. There's a writing samples assignment that you should be working on the first week of the course. All the assignments are due the Sunday of the week that they're assigned. So the writing samples are 2 brief essays. Those are due Sunday of the first week, June 17th in our case. There's another video I want you to watch called Grammar Definitions. It'll be up soon by the first week of the course. Take that quiz by the first Sunday. And then there's another assignment that you can begin working on, and that's called Self-Assessment Improvement Plan, and that is due the second Sunday. So basically here you have everything you need to get started for the first 2 weeks. All right, let me see. I think that's it. So welcome to the course. Don't panic, but do stay on task. Do set aside those 10 to 15 hours and do put your all into every assignment. I'm looking forward to working with you all this semester. Ciao, hasta luego, hasta pronto.